So for today I'm doing something a bit different, where I'm going to be doing a voiceover for the gameplay. For this boss, it's a bit weird because the first part, you can be really aggressive, you can get up in his face, and you also can block his attacks, but for some reason, once he goes into phase 2, you cannot block his attacks unless it's a perfect parry, and that makes it to where you basically just, the easiest way to consistently beat him is just run away from him until you can press the do extra damage button, basically. For this part I tried walking around the walls to avoid the projectiles. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's basically really finicky and hard to dodge the projectiles while moving forward here. I'm not really sure what the secret is. But for this part of the fight, you basically just have to buy time until you can press the call for help button, in which the boss gets stunned and you can do extra damage. Unless you do that, it takes so long to do any meaningful damage that trying to get in and do extra slashes just like wastes your time and just puts you in a risky situation to die repeatedly. So for this part of the fight, I'm basically just be walking around the arena waiting for the extra damage queue. And then it's also really hard to keep track of the boss because when he wants to do his melee attacks, he just repeatedly slashes. Here I try to avoid the wave by going along the wall, and then he just throws a projectile right where I needed to walk, which I didn't even think he could track, like, to the side of the arena like that, but I guess he can. And then his overhead attack is also really hard to... It's easy to dodge, but for some reason he can hit you if you're to like the side of him or behind him, and it's really annoying. So here I just keep repeatedly going to the guy, the jetpack guy, and then dashing around the arena waiting for the timer. You can pretty much outrun every attack this boss can do, so you don't even necessarily need to look at him. And then the call for help button just like never misses. The only thing you really have to worry about is the wave attack. That's the only thing you could get hit by when you're repeatedly dash jump sliding. And then the next time we can do the call for help, which should be like right around here. That should be the end of it. Now we're on to the next level. I don't have much to say about this level, aside from the pipe here really annoys me. So I threw in a cut to when I got out of the pipe section. There's a lot of basic platforming for this level. I think it's like it's not the easiest level, but it does challenge a little bit on some of these later sections. Most of this part is really simple. There's pretty much only one thing to do, which is like clear out the enemies as fastly as possible. This confused me so much. I didn't know what to do. I landed the shuriken on the guy while he's mid-jump. I was like, do I go for it? Do I not? So I tried to go for it and I couldn't find a way back onto the platform in time. So I think on this next attempt here, I landed the same shuriken and I just let him fall to his doom instead. And then I had no clue this enemy was here. I just happened to figure it out quick enough to just hide behind the wall. This whole section's kind of annoying because you like constantly are just hitting a switch to lower the water over and over and over and over again. And I feel like they could have just had the water organically drain after you cleared the enemies. It would have been a smoother level. I had to add a cut here because my game froze. That was really annoying. For the most part, doing commentary over this, I tried to cut down any repeated sections aside from like the last part, because I really wanted to highlight the last part of the level and the progress that you have to go through. But I really liked my adaptation here where I was able to preemptively throw the shuriken at the guy so I could dodge the wave attack. This is like what I'm talking about. Trying to just hit the right buttons to get the level rolling just feels kind of clunky. Missed the first shuriken and then had to adapt here. One of the things that's nice is if you time the slide, you can actually just let the wave come for like chest level and then just crouch under the wave attack. Here I forgot what to do with that type of level part. So you have to hit it with a shuriken, and then you can go for it, and then somehow I went for the jump before the train was generated, so then I just didn't latch onto the wall and died pointlessly. This is like one of those parts of the levels that's like an easy breather. It's really hard to mess up most of this part. The timing sections with these blue walls really annoy me because it limits what you can and can't do with the movement system. If you try to save time by preemptively dashing, then you just like throw off the timing and you just die. And also these blue sections are really annoying because if you're in them, you can like attach to the wrong side of the wall if like you're wall running, and then for the ones that are on the ground you can just like be inside them, and then the jump method just like changes. You have to be very precise about how you use the grappling hooks in this game, because sometimes the wrong angle just causes you to die. And then this part's really annoying. I actually have no clue how they wanted you to get across using this grind rail. The only way I could actually find across is by doing a dash slide jump and then dashing onto the railing. I tried wall running on the side, I tried leaping over it and dashing, and just like nothing worked. This part's really tricky because as soon as you come in, I can't believe the train does that with the fan, but the one guy with the sweeping attack, you have to somehow make him aim in a different section than you are. He can't be hit by the shuriken, and then as soon as he goes down, the rest of it's pretty easy. One of the things I really like to do is using any vertical terrain as a wall running space to go on the outside of it so you can get a bit closer to your enemies. It really helps you land those slashes. And here I'm trying to use that same technique, and I land the shuriken and I'm able to get back to the surface for that quick kill. And this is like one of the first rooms in the level it's actually like a bit challenging. You have a lot of different like room-wide attacks with this sweeping claw guy, you have the laser guy, you have some submachine guys, you have the jumpers. So my strategy for the most part is try to... Oh, I hate how the railings work. The railings can make it really hard to precisely move. But the laser guy is protected by some protection orbs, so you have to kind of skirt around the room before you can get to him. Or you have to kill the protection orbs with a shuriken. Here I was really unsure what to do, and then I found this terminal that like gave me a little mini game to do. So then I started doing this shuriken aiming section. I feel like my accuracy with shuriken is pretty good. It has a bit of a delay to it, and it also has a little bit of like sway or something where very far away targets are harder to hit because it doesn't exactly hit on like your hit cursor. This section isn't really that hard, it's just annoying that a lot of the boxes are, they like move behind terrain and whatnot, and also you have to move around the area a little bit to find all the things to hit. We're back to the level. We got, I think, one more. We have 2 more sections left. This part's really hard because you have to deal with a lot of projectiles from far away and buy time. There's a lot of the, I'm not sure what you call it, the wave attack guys. They kind of remind me of like Metal Gear Solid. Here I have no clue what happened, but it wouldn't let me throw 3 shurikens. And then me trying to figure out if enough time passed for me to throw more shurikens, I just get shot from across the map. There's that one guy with like a machine gun, like a pistol in the corner that I like missed on my first walk out. Tried a nice combo of the dash slide jump into the shuriken pull through. Got completely lost there. Like went around the weirdest corner. Made a shortcut by dashing. Then I had to do that jump to activate the time signature thing. I tried to activate the fan to just skip this guy so I could just keep going, but my dash cancelled my fall. As soon as you get up there, I dashed to the wrong one. This is like one of my least favorite things they added to Ghost Runner 2 is like rail section plus guy with submachine gun. And it's like supposed to force you to use a blocking thing, but like the submachine gun guys have so many bullets in their clip that you can't just hold the block button and get through. You actually have to parry some of it, or you have to use like one of your abilities to get past those sections. Alright, final room. This room's really tricky. So at the tippity top at the center you have the wave attack, and then the center of the room you have the guy with the laser. So the hard thing is getting towards the wave attack guy because there's like two different guys with a submachine gun. You could keep the laser guy alive because he'll like fry enemies for you in the meantime, but I try to get rid of him at the start of every run because it's like the hardest to dodge. There's also the guy with the wide swipe attack to the right. He's also protected by one of the protection orbs, so you have to find a way to get near him without dying to him and get the orb. Here I tried to go for a wall run to recover, but I just didn't attach to the wall. There's a lot of the vertical grappling hooks that can be used for movement. I don't actually make that great of use of them here. There's also a lot of explosive barrels that you can toss shurikens at, which do an okay job at utilizing. I think the laser guy took out the protection cube there, so I was able to go for that kill. And then I died to the laser. Tried to do a quick jump and then toss a shuriken at the explosive barrel, but then I died to a stray bullet. Trying to go for a slightly different route. It's really tricky about playing Ghost Runner is you have so many different options for room clears that figuring out which one's easiest and most consistent for you, it's like a really long process. As much as I like going for the jump and destroying the cube, the circle to the left, like going for the attack near the railing almost makes you fall off and die, like without fail. Here I try to use the blink attack and realize it sucks compared to Ghost Runner 1. Some very quick movement. And then some of the most scuffed parries. Oh, we need a fail parry counter. We're on the last section of this level where you have this Cyber Void blue panel switching. This is my least favorite part of this entire game, because you do like a jump dash like that, and then due to rushing for speed you just kill yourself. Or you clip on the opposite side of the wall like that and confuse yourself. And then here I try to wait out the switch so that I have enough time to do it, and then I got impatient and then immediately switched over. And as soon as I spawned, I figured it would be activated, and it's not, and then I just jumped to my death. And then it like times out and ends level. I was like, oh thank god, I don't have to do that portion.